Hi, welcome to Mr. Ratchet Reviews Devastator Part 3. This is going to be the one where I review each of his parts. First off, let's start with Mixmaster. As you can see, he's pretty bulky. He's bigger than a Voyager, maybe a little bit smaller than a Leader class. Here he is compared to his Voyager class. He's much bigger, and there's much more emphasis on his mixer. You know, that's much smaller. And then on the Voyagers, there's the Decepticon symbol. There's no such thing on this one. Other than that, they're the same. They have the little Decepticon plate on the front of the vehicle. This one, there's actually moving parts back here. The only part that moves is this thing up here. There are actual windows in this vehicle. There are no windows in Devastator Mixmaster. In fact, there are no windows in any of Devastator's parts, which, considering the considerable cost of this figure, you'd think that they wouldn't be so cheap and they'd actually put windows there. But whatever. Also, with the batteries in Mixmaster, which are motion activated, he makes noise constantly. If you just touch him, he'll do the roar, which is very annoying. So again, take the batteries out. That's basically Mixmaster. You can do that, but that's not part of Mixmaster. That's just part of Devastator from the rear. So yeah, that's Mixmaster. This is Hightower. There's no other figure to compare Hightower to, as he has yet to come out in either Deluxe or Voyager class. So this is just him. The crane moves. There's a little crane head. The windows are plastic, not windows. Nothing really special about him. There's the little Decepticon symbol there. 4077 Decepticon. He's not really that detailed. There's some stuff there, just not detailed in general. Pretty disappointing. Next we're going to do Scrapper. Again, there's no Voyager or Deluxe class figure to compare it to because it hasn't been released yet. Again, the window is solid plastic. There's a Decepticon symbol there. BGE, Decepticon. Again, what was kind of disappointing is that this thing can't even move up. Which, I mean, that kind of ruins the front end loader if you can't even move it. There's some details on the bottom, but those details, unfortunately, were for Devastator and are not seen in the Scrapper part. Yeah, that's basically him. He doesn't do much. He rolls. Oh yeah, all the figures roll. Next, Rampage. As you can see, he's a fairly standard screwdriver. He has the little roller things here, which you use to roll around. His pusher moves a little bit, not too much. Here he is compared with his Deluxe class figure. As you can see, they're about the same size. The Deluxe class figure is a little bit bigger and is much more detailed. In all the actual figures, it's much more detailed than the Devastator parts. Like, this is an actual window. That's not. Yeah, that's a size comparison. This one's generally better, even though this one can't combine into the Devastator, and this one can. So that's Rampage. Here's the long haul figure. As you can see, he's very, very similar to Rampage. He's a standard dump truck. You can roll around a bit. his dumper can't move, so long haul can't take a dump. You can kind of put stuff in his bed, but not much. Again, there's not much detail on any of the figures, which is somewhat disappointing considering the steep cost of the Devastator figure. And now this is the biggest of the Devastator pieces by far, the scavenger piece. It's probably the best of all the Devastator pieces. The scooper, that's as far as it goes down, and it can go all the way back. But it can go, it can move, you know. It could kind of work, you know, pick stuff up and then dump it in long haul if they wanted to do construction work. But they're more interested in destroying the world than doing construction work, so. And this is him compared with the Voyager class figure. As you can see, a huge difference in size. This one is much bigger than this in all dimensions. Like, this guy can even, you know, ride around, and this one's scooper. He is so big. And there's much more detail in this one. You know, this one you can even see when this one moves, the gears grinding in there, which I think is a cool figure. Yeah, I mean, you'd think at the size of the big one they'd put windows in there, but they don't even put windows in the big one. There's some details on this one. Again, it says Scavenger Decepticon there. Again, not much. And that's basically Constructicon Devastator. All the parts of them. That's the review. Mr. Ratchet reviews Constructicon Devastator, what has been called the biggest transformer of them